welcome to The Struggle's Real, and I'm here with
Charles, also known as Polo.
So, Charles, are you in a struggle or homeless or anything like that?
Unfortunately, yes. It is what it is, but I deal with it. I am currently waiting on housing. I was supposed to get it last week, but she called me. No, she emailed me. She had a unit for me to come view. And then if I liked it, I would have got it. But she said she ended up emailing me and said that unit wasn't actually available for reasons. She didn't go into detail. She told me that she would get back with me and let me know something of this week, but unfortunately I haven't heard from her yet. So I'm going through it a little bit behind. Not only waiting, but to be so close and not close. You know what I mean? By her, when she said that, when she sent me the email saying that I was able to go view what day I can go view the unit, talk to the property manager, I was so excited. And then that excitement was taken away when she said that she would have to reschedule me for this week. I called her on Monday, and but as of yet, I haven't heard back from her. So I'm optimistic, but when you've been homeless for any amount of homeless time is significant.
How long were you homeless?
Well,
how long have you been homeless?
When me and my soon-to-be ex-wife separated, I've been homeless since then. When we separated, it was because of, I'm not going to say, it's all her fault or my, it was both of our fault. At the time, she was battling alcohol addiction, and unfortunately, at that time, I was battling the drug addiction. The two didn't mix; they didn't go together. You know what I mean? We loved each other, but her drug of choice, alcohol, my drug of choice, it just didn't coincide. Didn't coincide at all.
So you think that tore your marriage apart? That her being,
It definitely did. The love was there. We both loved each other, but we both hurt each other.
How long were you two together?
We was together maybe altogether maybe 10, 11 years. We was married for approximately 9. And we've had good, just like any other marriage, we had good times, we had bad times. I still love her to this day. Do anything for her in my power.
So did you all try like marriage counseling or? drug programs,
It's funny.
NA meetings.
As far as the marriage counseling, we tried the pastor that married us. Me and him grew up together, me and the pastor. And he later became a pastor. He wasn't a pastor when we, knew each other. Became a pastor. When I suggested to her, him as a marriage counselor, she wasn't really feeling that because it was a friend of mine. She felt he would be
More on your side.
right. So when she got in contact with somebody that she knew, I felt the same way. So we never actually implemented the marriage counseling thing. As far as the NA thing, yeah, I did try that. Mostly for myself. As you know, but she didn't. It was like I was always the one that had to push, as far as the limits that I would go. She wouldn't go to the same limits.
Welcome to Washington Union Station. Amtrak personnel are located.
Well, I know that had to hurt. You all been together for, 11 years, and then it coming to an end. It's like losing a limb band with someone that long, and it ended.
Honestly, it did hurt.
Thank you for choosing Amtrak.
She wouldn't go through the same limitations that, if I'm using the right terminology, she wouldn't go through the same limitations that, to the extent that I would. I would do anything for her. And I didn't feel that was reciprocated. That hurts. But we both moved on. As I said, I've been trying to get my place, and
So apart from, when you two separated and you end up having to be homeless, I know that had to be traumatizing for you. Like, what did you go through? What happened to her?
it was humiliating, emasculating.
Did it make you use more since you were like out there? Did it make you want to commit any crimes?
You would think that drugs and crime are synonymous, but I hate jail. I hate jail. I don't do anything for jail.
So you've been to prison before?
Yeah.
When
The last time I had a police officer that came up to me. He asked just one question. It doesn't really matter what that question was, but he kept repeating that same question. What I kept giving him wasn't the answer he wanted to hear. To this day, I still remember that dog's name every time he sicked the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, because he would ask me the question.
That's horrible.
He would ask me the question,
This is a boarding call for Mark and Run training.
and when I would answer the same way, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, to this day, I still remember that dog's name. He said, get him, Nitro. And he repeated that cycle about 9, 10, 11 times. The dog first grabbed me right here. I got bite marks going all the way up this arm. I got bite marks going all the way up and down this arm.
Wow.
From the top all the way down to the bottom. I have stitches.
That's horrible.
Top all the way down to the bottom. I have stitches.
That had to really be traumatizing.
That's not an understatement. I can't begin to tell you. And you know what is crazy? When people walk their dogs, they would never know that I'm a bigger dog lover than them. You know, I love dogs. But if you walk by me with a German Shepherd, you would never know it. I'm traumatized. I love dogs.
And so you were hospitalized and arrested?
Please check your travel documents.
Man, you know, I want a dog so bad. But I can't. I can't have one. I'm that traumatized. Sometimes, if it's like really small dog, I'll stop somebody. Hey, it's kind of therapeutic. But I love dogs.
So when that dog bit you up like that, you know, pretty sure they took you to the hospital. How long were you in there?
They took me to the hospital. I'll never forget that. If anybody remember that dog food called Alpo, when we get into the triage, the officers is joking. And we got you another Alpo victim. The nurse didn't find it funny. You know, very nice lady. She did not find that funny. She said, you know, she was kind of fed up, but I guess it was those two particular officers doing that to people. And she asked me, she told the officer, she said, you guys better hope that he doesn't want me to write a statement, because I will. She ended up writing a statement. I got an attorney. Sued for 1.5, $500,000 punitive, $500,000 lack of training on a police officer, and $500,000 punitive, lack of training, and negligence. I didn't get near dime.
What? I thought you were about to tell me you was rich.
I wish. I didn't get near dime. I don't know what the attorney did. I didn't get near dime.
Oh, I've never heard a story like that. Someone, you know, you a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit for 1.5 and don't see any of it.
I didn't get near dime.
First time I've ever heard anything like that.
Yeah.
and you had to suffer, and you think you'll, come up financially and get nothing. And so you end up going to prison after that.
Yeah. I stayed in there for, as I said, a significant amount of time.
And what prison was that? Where did you go?
I went from Northern Penitentiary to USP Cayman.
Let's talk about Lawton first. First going into Lawton, I've heard so many bad stories, people getting shanked and, taken advantage of, robbed, all kind of stuff. How did you feel when you first went in there? Were you scared? Did you know a lot of people? Or?
At my age, I like being truthful. Yeah. What young person wouldn't be scared going into not just a prison, but that particular prison?
Yeah, because people always play that tough guy role. Man, I've been in prison. And you get to let them know what really goes on.
And I don't like that, especially with the way youngsters are today, man.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to emulate certain negative, extremely negative characters. There's nothing cool about going to prison. Honestly, I don't know if this is going to sound right, but it was a higher learning for me. It was like college. And what I learned out of being locked up was learning body language. It was a survival tactic. Eye contact, hand gestures, posture, all those things. A person can say a lot without opening their mouth. Just by body language.
And why did you have to learn all those things?
It was a survival tactic.
Okay.
It was a survival tactic. If you didn't know body language, honestly, it can cost you your life.
So you've seen people lose their life in there?
Yeah. Like I say, prison to me is like a college, a higher learning. You don't get the receipt. That you went to college. That's all a diploma is, a receipt saying that you paid for college. Prison, you learn more social intelligence. You know what I mean? You definitely, I definitely learned social intelligence. Posture, eye contact, hand gestures, and you'd be amazed at just watching those, and like I said, it could save your life. It can help you out. For example, my situation. Sometimes, I get to a point where I'm hungry. It's emasculating, but sometimes, you have to ask. I don't really like asking for money because when somebody, you walk up to nobody really wants somebody approaching and asking for money. I'll be honest with them. Hey, can you give me something to eat? I'm hungry. You don't have to give me no money. You can buy the food. Just to let them know, man, that it's genuine. I'm not into using nobody or taking advantage. That's not me. I said, I'm waiting on housing now.
So, in there, did you have to ask anybody for anything? Or
In prison,
yeah, or did your family give you the financial support that you needed, like put money in your books?
you know, and like I said, the way my father raised me,
Hmm.
I don't like asking nobody for nothing. I literally start stuttering when I ask. I don't like asking nobody. I don't like having my hand out. Like I said,
So it's a good thing not to ask anybody for anything in there in prison. Like, did you see like people end up asking people for things and
you
then
know,
they hold them or?
you know what? It's like this. It goes back to the social intelligence. You read people. You know, just don't go up to somebody, you know, and you can read somebody. You can look at somebody and see whether or not they want to be bothered. You can look at somebody and determine whether or not they are approachable. Some characteristics are misleading. You know, a person can look mean, but it's the softest person and understanding. Yeah, but I didn't get into a habit, you know. Once people saw my character, you know, they would genuinely ask, "Hey, you all right? You need, you know," and we'll look out.
Okay, that was good. So, how did you feel? You know, being in there, was you sad? Were you okay? Did you adjust after a while?
For safety and stability, and traffic reminds passengers to get alert.
I wouldn't say adjust.
Please hold on to red and white poles, handrails, luggage racks,
It was more,
tables, and couches.
what's the word I'm
Stations
looking
to the
for?
platform, please hold on to handrails. When using the stairs,
It was more
keep your eyes on the path and limit distractions while walking.
being coerced
Please use the elevator
to
if you are traveling with heavy or
cohabit.
multiple luggage.
A lot of things, man. There's a lot of emotions behind being there, and that goes back to social intelligence because you're dealing with people, man, that's locked up. That's also going through these emotions. You have to know when somebody's approachable or are going through something and just don't want to be talked to. You can look at a person, you know, and see everything you want to know, believe it or not. Especially if you've been incarcerated for as long as I have.
How long were you in there?
It was a minute. Altogether, about 11 years.
11 years. Throughout that 11 years, did you receive family support? Like,
Oh yeah, they would only come down maybe twice a year. They didn't. Nobody likes the aura of prison. But they would always accept my calls.
how did that make you feel? You know, being able to, you know, get through on a phone call. When you have some people in prison, they don't have nobody to call. They're not receiving any financial support.
Man,
No one comes to see them.
it makes you feel briefly happy because when you're on that phone, it's like you're living or talking vicariously through them. Once you hang that phone up and you start that walk back, that's nobody want to go through that. It's very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Having to walk back to a bunk as opposed to a bed. But not only that, but dealing with Men is hard people to deal with. You know what I mean?
I heard the food was horrible there.
Oh,
Or maybe you got the good food, you know, if you know somebody.
it could be bad. A lot of times it was good. Yeah, a lot of times it was good.
So you must have had the hookup, the kitchen connect.
Well, back then I was always working out. So I would eat a lot of stuff that I would eat, a lot of other people wouldn't eat. For example, oatmeal was my favorite thing to eat. I would put a spoon, maybe a spoon and a half of peanut butter in the oatmeal, chop some bananas up, put that in there. And man, after you just got finished being on the field or in the gym working out all day, I mean, man, I'm walking around swollen, cut up. And the food that I used to eat was just right. I would go on the field, jog. On the field, where we go, you know, go watch bands, they had these concrete steps that came down like that on the field. I would run up those steps. Sometimes, well, majority of times I would run down, but there was times where I would just run up and then walk back down, and I would do that for at least an hour a day.
Oh, you were in good shape.
Oh, I was in good shape. As they say, as they would say now, I was cut up like a bag of dope.
Cut up like, yeah, I've heard that saying before. So, it sounded like you in there training like a fighter.
Yeah, I've had those days. I used to box.
Did you box in there or before?
Yeah, I boxed down there. I got to know a lot of well-known DC boxers. And you know, actually, especially being in that type of environment, you had to know how to fight. You had to.
So fighting was a regular down there, every day. Oh,
I never. My thing was I was humble, and a lot of frustrations that I would go through because I was locked up. Instead of venting and taking it out on somebody, I would go in the ring and take it out on you there.
nice. So, was it just fighters ever? Was it just inmates fighting each other, or were outside fighters coming in too from streets?
There was. I never fought any of them. I just did it. I just like to get rid of that frustration. That's why I stayed. It took your mind off. You could go run around the field or go in the gym, lift some weights, run up and down them stairs, get in the ring. It just lets off a lot of frustration and kind of make you forget about what you're going through.
Nice. That's. What else did you enjoy doing when you're in there? Like, did you listen to any music? Like, put the Walkman on and walk the track, or?
I kept my headphones on.
Did you have any favorites, like kind of music you like to listen to?
You know what? I listen to everything. I love oldies. I love contemporary. I love jazz. I like upbeat jazz. Songs that have came out, but they remastered in the jazzy version. That's what I like. Music comes. It's definitely tranquil. I almost couldn't say it because I ain't got no teeth. I'm a little shy a little bit. I lost a lot of self-esteem when my soon-to-be ex-wife kept my distance. Told me I would never smile at her, never bees face again.
Man, why did she do that? Why was she so spiteful?
It's like you got some horrible men in the world. You got some horrible women in the world. She didn't like women complimenting me. They said, "Oh, your husband is handsome," or "Your husband got a nice smile." I guess she said, "Man, I'm gonna take that smile."
I'm gonna take the smile away.
Yeah.
Were you married to her while you incarcerated?
No, you know what? I met her when I came out.
Okay.
And a lot of memories come back but yeah, I met her when I came out. You was gonna ask something.
Yeah. Now there, you like, did you have a pen pal and the females come to see you?
I had one particular female. We met at a very young age. I don't even think I was about 20 years old. And she was close to that same age. And we're always there for each other as friends.
Oh, so did she come up, or was she writing you letters? Or?
She didn't come up. Back then, she didn't have a car. She has a car now because, she has a son.
Okay. And they used to have them loading buses.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm about to say, did you actually get on one of those? I don't know where the people used to catch it at, but I've heard about that.
She did come down once, but she loved writing because I was real creative when it comes to writing her. For example, you got a lot of talented people that's locked up, and I used to like expressing my feelings in drawings. So I would find somebody, man, that's really good at drawing. And one day I wanted to say to her that I'm sending you a rose straight from my heart. So I sent that idea to one of the best artists that was locked up. He drew a heart with a hand coming out of the heart with a rose.
Wow.
With the title, "I'm sending you a rose straight from my heart." And you know, to this day, she still has the card.
Nice.
She still has the card. She has all my cards because you'd be amazed at what a card, something like that, would do. Women are very emotional, you know, and it don't have to be about money. You know, it could be that time investment. Whether you drew it or not, you invested the time to get somebody to draw that particular idea because that's how you felt about it. You know, you can give somebody all the money in the world, but time, you can't get that. You know, if somebody was in the hospital and you gave them money, that's all well and good, but nothing's better than your time being at that hospital. Time is way more valuable. That's way more valuable.
Something we can't get back.
Can't get back. You know.
So were you, did you take up any religious practices while you were incarcerated?
I didn't have to. I've always been a very strong Christian. I believe in God. I never questioned or asked God why He put me in the situations that He's put me in. In a way, I know everything that I've been through has made me strong. It has taught me how to deal with it in the future or how not to deal with it. How to not let it happen again. As I told you, when I don't do nothing to get knocked up.
Okay. So while you were in there, did you bump into any of the DC legends like Sean Branch or Wayne Perry?
I never met Wayne Perry.
What about DC? What was the guy name? What about Fly?
Oh yeah, I met Fly. He boxed his ass off.
Oh, so he was really about that boxing life.
Yeah. I mean, I love boxing. I like watching, anybody that can get in there and do that. It's good to watch.
So who was your favorite fighter of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah, name the 3 favorite fighters of all time.
My main man, Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, man.
CBE?
That's my man. Floyd Mayweather. I give it to Mike.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah. When Mike was young,
Scariest man alive.
when he got in that ring, he was on a mission.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on a mission. Like it was like he went in there knowing what he was going to do.
What about out of the female fighters like Layla Ali, Ann Wolf, Clarissa Shields? Like any of those?
You know what? Honestly, I don't like female boxing.
Okay, at least you're honest.
I mean, it's all good that that she knows how to do that and can protect herself and all that. I like a very feminine woman. I don't want you boxing. One day won't box me, nah. But nah, seriously, on this real life, I love femininity, and just like women love masculinity. I love a very feminine woman. Now, it's like it's like if she's not as feminine when she's protecting her man or speaking up for her man.
Okay.
I love that.
So you like more traditional women or modern day women?
It could be a combination of both. I just love a very feminine woman. And a woman that allows a man to be a man. And I'm allow you to be a woman. You're gonna always be right. You're not gonna win no argument with no woman.
So one of my buddies was saying, don't argue with no woman.
It don't do you no good. When you get my age, man, you learn to do like this. Man, you see that go a long way. I'm not an argumentative person. I don't like to raise my voice. I don't do that. So I guess I want the same thing in a woman. Don't yell at me. I never yell at you. Don't argue with me. We can have a conversation. And we can go back on that social intelligence. You can look at somebody and see if they are open and ready for a conversation. Whether it's somebody that's significant to you or somebody that, you know what I mean? Body language will tell you a lot. Body language will tell you, hey, I don't think I should bring this particular subject up right about now. And then there's those times, man, you know, they laughing, they in a good mood. That'd be times you kind of ease it in there. You see them, you know, because they relax. Their guards are down. Their defense levels are low. But if they pouting, got their lip out, eyes are slanted because they mad about something, that's not usually a good time to holler, you know, talk to somebody about what's going on in your mind.
So when you finally got released, how did that feel? Being in there all those years. Because you know, some people get institutionalized, like they get free, and it's like
You can only come out of prison one or two ways. Better or bitter. Those are the only two ways. You come out bitter, you feel the world owes you something, and now you're on get back time, like, oh, I gotta get this, or I gotta get that. Or you come out better and change your life and move on. That'd be a thing of the past. Use where you've been as a higher learning, like I said, college, to move forward.
when you were in there, were you able to like rehabilitate yourself, like go to any classes, GED, college, anything like that?
You know, everything that would uplift me, physically, mentally, spiritually, I did. I love reading books.
Who's your favorite author?
My favorite,
Author.
Daniel Goleman, Dr. Daniel Goleman. He wrote Emotional Intelligence and Social Intelligence.
Oh, that's why you keep talking about that. See, I'm gonna have to check that book out now.
Very good book, highly recommended. Don't sweat the small stuff. What's his name? Green. I can't remember his name. But that's a good book. I studied the dictionary from front to back. Very few words to get by. I guess with the way I grew up, where I grew up, how I grew up, that was a combination of making me compelled to do that. Also, I don't like reading things, coming across a word, not knowing what it means, or watching the show, hearing a word. I'm one of them ones, I hear a word.
You write it down.
I mean,
and
write it down as you. Now, I probably wouldn't ask you, I don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, so you probably write it down, go to the dictionary, like, all right.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going in that dictionary to find out what that means. And one day, I broke the monotony of doing that and got a Scrabble book. And to this day, there's very few people that can beat me in Scrabble.
You know, I never played it, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start playing that, because I've never played it, but I just see people play it all the time.
It's fun. And then the more words you learn, with Scrabble, you put a word down on the board, and somebody look at it and be like, that's not, I don't think that's a word. He challenged it. And if he challenged that authenticity of the word, and it's in there, he loses his go. Now, you scoring more and more points to win the game, you know, and you'd be amazed. The entire Greek alphabet you can put on Scrabble board. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, eta, the whole thing. And I know the whole entire Greek alphabet. The Hebrew alphabet, Aleph, Beth, Gimel, all those you can put down on the Scrabble dictionary. I know all that.
Oh, you're a bad boy.
Man, I can put down words with no vowel.
I'm gonna have to start having a Scrabble contest.
Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
one of the words with no vowels, CWM. That's actually a word. Now I know. Look, now people watch this YouTube channel. They going in that dictionary.
Yeah, you gonna have them going into Scrabble.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you. Back when I was working, I had a co-worker. They used to always see me on my phone playing Scrabble.
Mm-hmm.
He says, man, my mother holds tournaments at her house every Monday. I said, man, can you ask her if I can attend? So he came back to work the next day. He said, man, no. Before he went, he said, I don't think my mother's going to let you come because it's all women. But when he came back to work the next day, he said she would love for you to come. The reason why they didn't have any men, they couldn't find any men to play Scrabble. So it was all women. So man, when I got there, you know, you see all this religious stuff, pictures of Jesus, Bibles, everything. And she said, when the son came in, he was, you know, he had been drinking, and she was like, calm yourself down, you know, you're in the house of the Lord now. So she told me when we came in that I would have to work my way up to her, playing her. So I played everybody, I beat all of them. Then when I got to her, I beat her like 3 times, and when I was about to put on my coat, she said, you better sit your back down. I'm like, hold on, wasn't this the Lord's house?
she want to get you. She don't care how many times you beat her. 100 times.
Yeah. And I beat her bad.
Oh man.
And I love Scrabble. I'm fascinated with words. I'm very fascinated with words.
Well, I'm gonna have to bring you on again. This was a great interview.
Yeah, and I enjoyed talking to you.
And you know, if people want to donate, you know what I'm saying, lend financial support to you. Do you have any Cash App or Zelle or anything?
Oh no! My phone is charging. My Cash App. Well, first, you know, my first name is Charles. My last name is Bailey. But as I said, a lot of people, you know me as Polo.
What's your Cash App?
It's $ capital P for Polo, $ Polo, the number 4, the letter M as in Michael, the letter N as in Nancy, and the letter U as in under. And it's $ Polo for me and you.
Okay, let's show them. Alright, so if you want to lend some financial support and help Charles Polo out. I know I probably got that name Polo, probably went nothing but Polo. He was super fly back in the day. This is his Cash App. So, you know what I'm saying? Violate the Cash App button.
Yeah, and I genuinely and wholeheartedly appreciate anything that anybody can do. It's definitely something genuine. Also, I do have, if people don't have Cash App, I do have Zelle.
Okay, let them know what the Zelle is.
But do I do my number or my email address?
I don't know how it works.
I'll give them both.
Okay, go ahead.
The phone number is 202-350-7576. Actually, it probably best to get my email because my phone probably be off. It might be off now. Yeah, it is what it is. But my email is my last name, Bailey, followed by my first name, Charles, Charles, followed by my birthday, 0101. January 1st at gmail.com. So, Bailey Charles 0101 at gmail.com.
All right, Charles, thanks for sharing, and thank everybody for tuning in to The Struggle is Real on Rodriguez Jackson TV.